King Charles III, a fierce environmentalist who has been warning about the damage of air and plastic pollution and climate change for the past 50 years, will not attend the upcoming COP27 summit in Egypt. However, he will host a reception at Buckingham Palace 2 days before the event is to kick off, it has been announced. The King's office said the reception will be held at the Palace in London on November 4. The event will bring together more than 200 business leaders, decision-makers and NGOs to mark the end of the UK's presidency of COP26 and to look ahead to the next summit. The reception, Buckingham Palace said, will facilitate discussion of sustainable growth, will look at the progress made since the COP26 summit held in Glasgow in November last year, and focus on the collective and continued effort to tackle climate change. Among the guests to attend the event will be new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, the COP President Alok Sharma MP and John Kerry, the US Special Presidential Envoy for the Climate. During the reception, Mr. Sunak, who will also not attend COP27, is expected to deliver a brief address. Reports King Charles may not attend COP27 had already emerged during the brief leadership of Liz Truss, who had asked the monarch not to attend the climate talks. On Friday, Number 10 confirmed Mr. Sunak had left his predecessor's request in place. Downing Street said it was unanimously agreed by Buckingham Palace and the government that the King would not attend. On Thursday, it emerged the newly appointed Prime Minister would also not travel to Egypt for the summit as he had other pressing domestic commitments. Mr. Sunak's spokesperson said that, while the autumn budget was currently one of the Prime Minister's top priorities, the government continued to be committed to net zero. They added, the UK is forging ahead of many other countries on net zero. We will obviously continue to work closely with Egypt as the hosts of COP27 and to make sure that all countries are making progress on the historic commitments they made at the Glasgow Climate Pact. Downing Street said the absence of both Mr. Sunak and the King did not mean environmental issues had slipped down the agenda, noting 3 cabinet ministers, the Foreign, Business and Environment secretaries, would be at 27 Colombian pesos. Last year, King Charles and Queen Camilla travelled to Glasgow alongside the Prince and Princess of Wales to attend a number of events during COP26, including its opening reception. Late Queen Elizabeth II was also meant to attend but, due to her mobility issues, it was announced she would remain at Windsor Castle, from which she recorded a speech during which she praised her son and heir Charles and her grandson William for their commitment to tackling climate change and environmentalist efforts. During her speech, she also paid tribute to her late husband Prince Philip's passion for conservation. COP26, which saw Charles meeting a number of world leaders including US President Joe Biden, brought parties together to accelerate action towards the goals set by the Paris Agreement and the UN framework. During last year's summit, nearly 200 countries agreed to the Glasgow Climate Pact, committing to the goal of limiting the rise in global temperature to 1.5 degrees.